Vice President at the Governor School Foundation. Yes. Roice Fulton.
Hi guys. I wasn't on schedule to say how awesome that just was, but it was. Thanks to Gene and to all the other performers and of course the poets as well. And I'm also thrilled to find out too, he walked in, that my buddy Aaron Mitchell from Governor School West 2000 is here. He is the guy, and he won't admit to this, but he's the guy who got me involved in all the foundation efforts and everything. He dragged me into the right meeting. So, you know, for those of you, and just remind me again, raise your hands, how many from East are here? Rock on. Okay, sweet. So, those of you who don't know what Governor School is, it's a program that has changed the lives and really built the futures of a lot of people here in the state. So, 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, it lost half of its funding, requiring us to charge tuition, $500, which really put it out of the league of a lot of people who really benefit from it the most, which include people from rural counties, people from areas who just don't have other opportunities to kind of build themselves up beyond what public schools and schools that they attend have to offer. So when we lost half that funding, we knew that we were losing a lot of people already. But then last year, we lost everything. Due to the budget crunches in the state, we lost all of the $850,000 that we had. Everything of that was gone. They said we could keep charging tuition, which would have been $2,100, and I couldn't have gone. A lot of you folks wouldn't have been able to go either. And it was something that we knew just could not continue. So, you know, thanks to, you know, people, especially the 2011 crowd, the East and West, who stepped up right there in the summer. Yes, Gene, and I mean, you have to see it to believe it. What we did over the summer wasn't anything the foundation did, really. It was just a massive effort by the supporters of the school to raise awareness, to raise the funds that we needed to keep the school going. You know, the state board said, listen, you know, we can't do anything here. Our hands are tied. But if you raise $100,000 by August the 1st, this is like July 4th or 5th at the time, we're going to keep talking about what we can do to save the school. We raised that money in 9 days, $100,000. And at the end of it, we raised $200,000 by its deadline, and we kept going. People came out over the next several months to hold fundraisers, to hold benefits, throughout the state, and we ended up with a total of $700,000, which was enough to open the school for this year. So Governor School will continue, and it's all thanks to the people here in this room and those thousands of people who come up to step up and say, this is something we can't lose. As that effort was, and has unprecedented, and I like to compare it to for example, the SETI program, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, they lost all of their funding. It was $400,000. They needed that much to keep their antennas going. They raised that much in 6 months, and only with the help of Jodie Foster. So we did something amazing here, and it's really, you can't lose sight of that. But even all with that said, we can't keep doing it. You know, people came in and donated $10, $20. Students, alumni, parents, friends of parents and alumni. To keep this program going. And a lot of people, a lot of major corporations, businesses, and foundations throughout the state said, hey, this is something we can't lose, so we're going to give a little bit of money to it as well. But that was a one-off thing. They want to see the state restore funding, so that's what we're doing now. All of the past 3 months has been all about us trying to convince the state, convince the legislature this year, who defunded us last year due to the budget crunch, that Governor School must be restored. There are a lot of programs that lost funding last year. You know, $850,000 we think is kind of budget dust. It's several multi-billion-dollar education budget, and I think that, you know, we've, over the past several months, especially with so many people who have come up to give their support to the program, we've demonstrated how important it is that it must continue. By virtue of just looking at the people here in this room that I've seen now and again, you know, and their voice support, them coming out to perform, they're coming out to share and continue to bond with each other, even a year after they attended the program. And I know that I have friends from 12 years ago when I attended in 2000 that continue to give back to this state. You know, that's proof positive that we're doing something good here. So with the legislature, there's a long process and I won't get into it, but right now I can say that we are in fairly good straits. We were funded in the House, and now it's going over to the Senate, but we're not getting full funding. We're only getting $200,000 from the House. So we need to tell the Senate, who now has the budget, is going to offer a counter proposal, to please restore full funding, or else it's not going to happen. We're not going to have a program. And this is where you guys come in. We need everybody in this room. We need everybody who cares anything about, providing for the future of this school and for the future of our children in this state to reach out to their legislators here and now, because they're making these decisions behind closed doors over the next week, and say, this is something we can't lose. All it takes is a phone call. All it takes is an email, a written letter. Right now, emails and phone calls are a lot quicker, so we'll get those going. But SaveNCGS.org is the kind of central website that we use to launch our campaign. It has all the information you need to find out who your legislators are, what you need to say to them, what's been going on in the background. I'm kind of giving you the rundown behind the scenes now, but it really is very easy to go and make a difference here, and we're asking you to do that over this next week. Even more than donations, more than anything else, we need to tell the legislators and our leaders here in this state that we cannot lose this program, because we're not going to raise another $700,000 this year, much as we'd like to. The other thing I wanted to talk about is that, this program, it's kind of been on the DL down low for a lot of the state. People don't know what Governor's School is. They say, oh, this is a program for summer camp for smart kids. It's not. It's so much more than that. We hate that word camp. It's a unique opportunity for kids to thrive. And what we're trying to do now is to bring the public, Governor's School, to the public and say, this is what we are, this is what we do, this is how we give back to the state. This summer, there's going to be a 50th anniversary reunion. We've been around since 1963, one of the oldest programs of its kind, if not the oldest program of its kind in the nation. And we were the progenitor for dozens, literally, of programs like us across the state. The 50th anniversary takes place on July 13th and 14th. But 14th is the big day, it's the Saturday, the week before Governor's School ends. So it's going to be on campus at Salem College this year, which is Governor's School West campus. We're inviting everybody, not just alumni, but family, friends, people who've donated, parents, just everybody who wants to see what Governor's School is all about, to have finally, for the first time, an opportunity to participate, to witness exactly what it is that's transforming your children into these, wonderful, productive citizens who give back to the state. And one thing that we haven't announced yet, but I'm going to announce tonight, is something that we've been wanting to do for literally decades, and we just now are able to do it, which is to unite Governor's School East and West for the first time. And this year around, we are going to do that. Governor's School East, on Saturday, July the 14th, the entire campus will be put on buses and shipped over to Governor's School West. And they're going to have the students, and the faculty participate throughout the day in what's going to be basically the biggest celebration of Governor's School in our history. And that's something we've been wanting to do forever. Hopefully next year we'll be able to do the opposite and get West over to East. Right now, this is a great, great opportunity for you to find out firsthand what Governor's School is all about. That's about all I have to say. I'm going to let one of our Governor's School East people close up at the end of this concert. But I did want to say, it's amazing to me that after 12 years, you can still find friends who remember and cherish the program the same way that I did. It's Aaron's one, but there are so many others, and there are people I made friends with in college at UNC that attended the program that I had no idea about. For example, this morning I was looking through what I didn't even know existed, which was a registry or guest book on our website for the alumni. And one of these guys that, I recognized the name. He was a good friend of mine in college. I haven't seen him in a year or two. But he posted on this website. It turned out he attended. His name is Joseph Polish. He's now he just graduated UNC School of Law. He's working in Chapel Hill. So looks like just another successful person who went to this program. But what he said in this post, and it was just 1 year after he graduated from the program, I think communicates the passion behind this school more than anything else. And I just wanted to read this out before I leave, and this is his post on the guest book. It is imperative to keep the tradition of Governor's School alive. Not a day goes by that I don't feel my heart break, because I know that those were the happiest days of my life, and they will be very, very hard to live up to. Much love to the fellow Government School alumni and organizers of future Government School summers, full of fairy tales, abstract expression, recitals, performances, and cherished friends. Life at its best. Thank you, guys.